In the communication field, the theories are supported by multiple yet equally important theorists. In this case, we are discussing groupthink theorized by Irving Janis. This is his story.
What is groupthink theory? It is a dysfunctional way of deliberating that group members use when their desire for unanimity overrides their motivation to assess all available plans of action. Applying communication theory states it explains and predicts how bad decisions are made. Groupthink makes it easier to come up with solutions to a problem if the collective whole bands together and comes up with a solution. Most times, it is not the best solution, but the easiest process.
Irving Janis is the theorist who invented groupthink. He was born in 1918 and passed away in 1990.
Today we are presiding over the case of Amanda Fields versus Julia Andrews. Will the jury please stand and raise your right hand? Do each of you swear that you will fairly try the case before this court and that you will return a true verdict according to the evidence and the instructions of the court, so help to you God? Please say, I do.
I do.
You may be seated. Now we are going to let the jurors deliberate in a separate room. Jurors, according to Nathan Harder and Point of View using modalities to prevent groupthink, it is essential to make sure critical voices are heard, especially dissenting opinions, and that they are consulted during deliberation. Please also remember to assign a devil's advocate and avoid having the jury foreman state a preference.
As the jury foreman, I would like to make it known that I have been assigned a case similar to this one before. The verdict here is obvious, and I don't think we need to deliberate for much longer. Julia's lawyers are trying to trick us, but the evidence clearly states that the dog belongs to Amanda.
According to Dr. Fred Lunenburg in his journal article, Group Decision Making, The Potential for Groupthink, here I'm promoting my own favored solution and displaying biased leadership as the jury foreman by overpowering other jurors.
I wanted to step up and say something, but the jury foreman kind of took control. According to the New York Times, this has been known to occur in real-life scenarios, and many of the introverts are not being heard.
Wait, sorry, I just have to interrupt. I like that our group is able to work together and we're so cohesive, but I think our structure is flawed because Alana has too much power in this context.
These are the three factors that Tobias Van Ausch warned us about in this article, Paths to Groupthink.
We should all be able to say our opinion and decide on a verdict together.
Yes, I agree. Our group should work together, and I think we can all agree that we find the defendant guilty. Raise your hand if you agree.
And how do you find the defendant?
We find the defendant guilty.
Guilty. Court adjourned. Throughout our application, our group portrayed groupthink in the following ways.
Alana portrayed the antecedent condition's biased leadership by persistently stating her opinion as jury foreman and not leaving much room for other jurors to speak up.
Emily portrayed the symptom, self-censorship, through internally questioning Alana's decision but failing to speak up in their group setting.
Finally, Amelia tried to prevent groupthink by emphasizing the three antecedent conditions that led to groupthink, but she ended up allowing Alana to have power over the group and conform to the guilty verdict.